To the mayor's press conference that we have each Wednesday morning after our Tuesday mayor and city council meeting. We're here to go over some of the issues that were discussed and dealt with at Tuesday's night meeting, and also to take any questions from the media that is here today or from anyone that is watching on Facebook. I want to start off by again congratulating we had one fire and rescue firefighter take the oath last night, and two police officers. Kyle Kidder is a new fire and rescue firefighter, and Kennedy Metters and Kelvin Burdine are two new CPD officers. So we want to congratulate them again, and we're excited that they're part of the team. Last night, the council voted on some board vacancies. Last night, our CFO, Mr. Jim Brigham, was elected to the Golden Triangle Regional Waste Management Authority. He is replacing Roger Burlingame, whose term expired, and he did not seek reappointment this time. On the Columbus Housing Authority, Glenda Richardson was elected to serve a 5-year term that had been previously held by Vivian S. Irby, who resigned on November the 29th of 2023. And then Brian Brown was reappointed to a 5-year term on the Board of Adjustment and Appeals of Development Codes. We also recognize that there are two appointments coming up for the City Planning Commission with Rhett and Quinn Brislin. 3-year terms are up, and as of now, they are the only two who have applied to serve on the City Planning Commission there for the two vacancies. We appreciate all who are interested in serving on our boards within the city. They're very important to the way the city functions and to make sure that we have good citizen involvement in city government. We also last night approved the request of Columbus Police Chief Daughtry to apply for the Mississippi Home Office Homeland Security Police Traffic Service Grant. There are two grants in the approximate amount of $207,000 for FY24 and $400,000 for FY25. These are full grants. There are no required matches by the city. These grants will help in purchasing of equipment, and then also in helping pay for officers' overtime when they are doing their duty as far as enforcing traffic violations, DUI, and drug recognition, and those types of things. So we're very excited about the possibility of those grants. That would be a huge boost to our police department, and we're going to continue to be aggressive in trying to seek out these grants as the city moves forward. Also, I mentioned last night, and I want to emphasize it again today, that on January the 15th, the city, along with EMCC, MUW, Columbus Air Force Base, and the United Way of Lowndes in Noxubee County will be hosting the annual Martin Luther King Breakfast Day of Service and Learning. The keynote speaker this year will be Darren Leach. It will once again be held at the Lion Hills Center and Golf Club, which is owned by East Mississippi Community College, and the breakfast there will be sponsored by EMCC. It is going to be a great event. I encourage people to add that to your calendar. We're also going to be announcing this week some other events that will be going on that day. One being, and I'm talking to some folks about this today, a group is planning a march from the municipality complex to City Hall. We'll be talking about that more this week. We're also looking at having a reading of the letter from the Birmingham jail with Martin Luther King's letter. And then also we have some service activities that'll be going on that day. The Mayor's Youth Council is leading an effort with the Homeless Coalition. The United Way of Lowndes in Noxubee County, again, will be collecting supplies for teachers in the area. So we'll have a lot more of that coming out this week and in the coming days. But This is a great opportunity for the entire city to come together for a day of service and learning. It was also announced last night that we have a very special guest coming to the city next week. Her name is Sarah Collins Rudolph, and she is referred to as the fifth little girl, and the only little girl of the four girls who were killed in the 16th Street bombing in Birmingham on September the 15th, 1963, in the height of the Civil Rights Movement. Miss Rudolph lost a sister and two close friends, two or three close friends in that bombing. And she has a tremendous story that she's been telling, and will be a guest of Oak Grove Missionary Baptist Church. Pastor Thurman Cunningham and church member Keith Worsham came before the council last night and announced that of her visit next week. She will be speaking at the church on Tuesday of next week. The city will be recognizing her visit on Monday of next week. So more information coming out about that, but it's a real honor to have Miss Rudolph come to the city. In 2023, that was actually the 60th anniversary of that tragic bombing in Birmingham. We did last night have an executive session. I'm going to get Jeff to come up in just a minute to speak to that. One of the things I want to mention while I'm talking this morning is the citizens of Columbus and Lowndes County should be embarrassed by the amount of litter that is on the highways and byways of the city and Lowndes County. We have been actively working with Keep Columbus Clean and Pick It Up Possumtown to try to spread education, cleaning up events, but the level of trash that I continue to see on the sides of the road is just brain numbing to me. If you are throwing trash out of your windows, please stop. If you are leaving trash in the back of your vehicle and speeding down the road and letting it flying out everywhere, please stop. It's not just in this area, it's all over the state. It is a national issue, but I do not understand why people continue to feel like that they can drop their litter anywhere they would like to within the city. You can drive the highways and byways of Columbus and Lowndes County, and it's there on a regular basis. We send people out to pick it up, and in 24 hours, it's right back again. I'm embarrassed, and the citizens of this area should be embarrassed. We will continue to try to go into the schools on a more regular basis to teach children the importance of not being litter critters in Possumtown. What I'm asking in 2024 is I'm going to start asking organizations within the city, maybe departments at the W, businesses, to adopt certain sections of Columbus and Lowndes County to see if we can't make a special effort to keep these areas clean and hopefully set an example for those who decide that they just continuously want to throw their trash out for some unknown reason. This is a serious issue within the city, and I'm going to continue to try to find ways to fight it. Whether we try to increase our fines for littering, whether we're more proactive in trying to find people who we catch them littering. There are areas in the city that we have set up for recycling, and people abuse that as well. You can go by on any given day almost to the three down at the farmers market, and there are mattresses and there's crap all around them when people have been told over and over that is not the place to put your litter and your trash. So I'm hoping that we can make 2024 a year where we're focused on keeping the city clean. I'm going to do everything from my point here at City Hall to make sure that we're as aggressive in our Public Works Department is getting this stuff picked up, and also with the volunteer groups, but I'm calling on the citizens too. And there are several of you that are out there already doing this in your neighborhoods and have been for years. And I hope that people will stop and think about that before they throw more trash out of their car windows or leave it in the parking lots at these stores. I did see some business owners this morning trying to clean up out in front of Hobby Lobby. I encourage business owners to take pride in your parking lots and the grounds around your businesses. I know you're not responsible for adults, in most cases, leaving their trash behind, But it does send a signal in the city when we drive through and see this type of thing, and nobody seems to really want to be aggressive in cleaning it up. So we're going to try to be more aggressive in 2024. I'm going to continue to do my part, and I hope that others will as well. Another statement I want to make before Jeff comes up about executive session. I've had several requests for a statement. I want to say that, and I've written one out, so I'll make sure I get it all in there. I was very disappointed that Joe Dillon, our public information officer, decided to resign his position here. He has been a great asset to the city of Columbus for many years. His extensive knowledge of city operations, his professionalism, and his kindness were invaluable to me during the transition period after I was elected mayor. As mayor, I have relied on his expertise on a daily basis, and he will be sorely missed at City Hall. That's my statement on Joe. And now I will ask Jeff to come up and tell us what happened, or tell the community what happened in executive session. Then I'll be back up to take questions about that as well. Thank you, Jeff.
Sir. Good morning.
Good morning.
During executive session, the mayor and council first took up a matter of personnel related to job performance of an applicant for employment in the fire department. He had been extended an offer of employment, but accepted, but then never showed up for work, so the council voted unanimously to rescind the employment offer. And the second item was a matter of prospective litigation, and the council, it involved Mr. Dillon, and the council, after a lengthy back and forth debate, voted to accept his resignation effective January 15 and took no other action.
Right. Thank you, Jeff.
Yes,
Do I have any questions?
Are you guys going to conduct a search or do anything to try to recruit a new PIO after Mr. Dillon leaves?
We've not had any discussion on that at this time.
Is it something that you think the city needs to do?
If you're asking me, is there a need for a public information officer, the answer is yes.
And has there been any discussion or any thought towards what's going to happen after the 15th as far as holding these press conferences and all the other stuff that the PIO normally does?
They will continue, and we will, until we have someone in that position, we'll utilize people that are already employed by the city.
I had a question submitted, Mayor, about the bridge. Everything going well there on the bridge repairs?
Yes. It got kind of slow during the holidays, obviously. The reports we are getting from Maloof are that things are moving along as scheduled for now. As we've mentioned many times, when you're working in conditions like that, the weather and other factors can happen to slow the progress, but it's my understanding at this time that they're still look to be on schedule for completion in May or June, but we will probably go down to the site sometime this week and try to do a more extensive report. Oh, sorry. That hurt, actually.
That's all I got.
As far as the grant that the police department's pursuing, can you just kind of speak to the need? Do you guys get a lot of complaints still about speeding and drunk driving and such?
Oh, goodness. Speeding every day. Yes. There's concerns in the city about all the areas within the city that is speeding. I mean, you can almost walk out in front of City Hall at any given time and watch somebody speed by. Loud mufflers, loud music. We still get complaints about, and we're trying to do more with that to enforce the noise ordinance. I have seen in my travels around the city in the Mayormobile, I've seen in recent weeks many citizens that have had to be pulled over because of speeding. And I'm happy to see that we're able to do it. One of the things that these grants that we're going after will help them make sure that they have up-to-date breathalyzers and all those things that we need to, to keep people in the community safe. Nobody is happy to be having to fine people for this, but people must understand that they have to abide by the laws. There are laws for speeding in the city for a reason, and the primary reason is safety. And when you choose to speed through the city streets, you're taking not only your own life in hands, but in your hands, but others as well. And the chief was concerned that I was going to be getting complaints about people getting pulled over, and I said those are complaints I would be happy to take. And I will be honest with you that I have had no one that's gotten a speeding ticket that has called me directly. There have been some questions about the accuracy of the decision to pull him over for speeding, but I still get more complaints about speeding in the city and what are we going to do about it than anything else. And I think we're beginning to really make a difference in that area.
Besides the breathalyzers, do you know what other equipment they're looking at getting?
I think this would also help with any type of, is it to help with the computers in their cars and that type of thing too, and the things on the grant?
Yes, and to also pay for overtime for officers
Yeah, we mentioned that, but he's asking about equipment. Any specific equipment? He mentioned the breathalyzers for the DUI, I think, to help with radars too. Yeah.
So breathalyzers, radar, and then the computers in the car to file reports and such.
Yes.
They file their reports that.
All the things that will help them be more efficient in this area of their jobs. And these are grants from the state of Mississippi, Homeland Security and Police Traffic Service grants. So obviously, if the state is offering grants like this is an issue throughout the state, not just Columbus, but we do have a lot of lead feet in Columbus.
Do you have any idea how many breathalyzers and computers and such they're looking to get?
Well, currently we have computers in each car that's actually on patrol. We want to be able to put them in all police vehicles. As far as breathalyzers, I think they're also one every week. But that's 8 vehicles.
That's what?
8.
8 breathalyzers?
Yes.
If you can't hear us online, we're talking about, and our COO, Jamie Garrett, is trying to help clarify exactly how many breathalyzers, computers, and radars that we'll be able to use with this grant, on top of the fact that, and again, one is for $207,000 and one is for $400,000, which would help in overtime pay for our officers.
Do you know how many radar guns they're looking for?
As many as we can get.
Do you know how many they have now?
Well, we recently purchased some. We had none or 2, I think, and now we have 11. But Brian, I would always, when you're asking these types of questions, I would always refer you to the chief of police to make sure you're completely accurate.
Yeah. I'll be talking to you too.
Okay.
But since I had y'all here.
Oh, no, that's fine. I don't mind you asking at all. That's why we have you here. But, unless we have those exact numbers in front of us, I would prefer that you double check with him. And I don't have the exact numbers, but I think we're pretty close, don't you, Jamie?
That's all.
That's all you got?
I don't have any more.
Don't have any more? All right. Thanks, everybody. Hey, stay warm. And there's a lot of COVID and flu out there. Everybody try to stay healthy, and Happy New Year.